everybody. It's your girl Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk for a very special stream. It's the second stream of the day. We had to, you know, um, start it off with finally doing guest streams again. And I have somebody that I wanted to collab with for a while. And the feeling is mutual from his end as well. We have Tony from Tony Claude Gunner TV. How are you, mate? Are you good?
Hey, everyone in the chat. Yeah, say big ups to everyone down there. Say, Sophie, I finally make it to Sophie football. Yeah, say, guys, it's been a long time coming. I've had a couple of run-ins with their sister on other shows, and those couple of run-ins have been quite good ones. Yeah, she always have my back for some reason, and me too. I always have her back also. But you know what? Yeah, I've never made my debut on this show, so it happens that she picked the wrongest of times to bring me to the show. Arsenal versus Manchester United. Now and I have to roast a sister that I really do like. It's not gonna be good, guys. Yeah,
Yep.
when I come in, I bring the heat wherever I go. Yeah. Sophie, I'm sorry about what I'm gonna do to you today on your own show, but guys
And I
are
will
in
do the
Sophie
same, Tony.
football. See, guys in the chat, big it up. Yeah, put your comments in there. Yeah, make this show what it's supposed to be. Yeah, big ups, everyone.
Yes, yes, yes. So, people, like I said, this is Tony. I have linked his channel name in the title of this video, also in the description box. So, make sure you shout him out, give him some love, subscribe to his channel, and yeah, and we'll definitely collab again. Hopefully, I get to make a debut on his channel as well once the schedule aligns. But 100%, this has been long overdue. And like Tony did say, maybe a little bit unfortunate that it does happen for or not unfortunate technically. I don't mind that it's going to be on this specific show, since it of course is both of our teams going at it this Sunday away at the Emirates. It'll be interesting. Arsenal versus Man United. Yep. Let me say hi to people before we fully start. By the way, people,
Definitely.
also feel free to join the SFT membership. Just another way to support the channel. Link is in the description box. And do subscribe as well to this channel. We are on the road to 3K. It'll be great if that can happen. We are in a new month, so maybe a
Yeah,
goal can be that it can happen by the end of September. Why not?
yeah,
And get the
yeah,
likes up. Each like
yeah,
does help.
definitely. Yeah.
Yes. Pick up
Big
to
ups to
Ravi.
Ravi. Big ups to
Yes.
Ravi. Ravi is a very great guy. He
Yeah.
supports genuine people, mostly guys in the fringes. I'm talking of people like me and you that, we
Yeah.
don't have the big bucks to splash out on a channel. This guy literally helps this channel. He goes down there,
Yes.
he contributes, he helps us. He comes to
100%.
my channel to show some love. Big ups to you, Ravi. God sees you. Thank you very
100%.
much, my brother. Love you to the core, Ravi. Big ups.
Yes. Big up to Ravi. Always showing mad love, like to this channel, to your channel. Like it's so many different channels. He always comments and just
Exactly. Great
engages.
guy.
So big
Great
up.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Same Bobby Kales as well. Big up. Do subscribe to his channel. Show him
Ups
some
as well.
love. And Tariq Talks. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well.
Correct.
Big up, Sophia.
Big up.
Each and every time, I would say good luck for the game this weekend, but I'll be lying. Fam, it's okay. You are a gooner as well, so I get it. Right now we're cool, but once we get into Sunday's game, once that starts, we're gonna be proper up. So it is what it is. But big up to you. Do subscribe to this channel and big up to Football Talk Podcast. Is big up. Happy with the Ambrot signing. Yes, I am. I did do a stream earlier today about that. So yeah, I am excited. Ravi, I will save that question for later. Big up. Big up to Daz. Hello, Rajat. Hope you are doing well. Yes, yes. So first and foremost, we're now, obviously this game, that's the biggest game of this game week. We're in game week 4. How do you feel about your team Arsenal leading up to the Sunday game? Are you happy with the form you guys are in, the performances that you've seen? Give us your thoughts about that.
Well, Sophie, yeah, the way you crafted that question, yeah, it's intended to hurt. Yeah, because of course you do know that our manager Mikel Arteta has been able to tweak, its formation, and of course with the characters and players that he has employed to certain positions, it hasn't actually sat down well with lots of Gunner fans. But see, yeah, let's look into the brighter side because I'm sorry, you're not family in terms of you're not an Arsenal fan. When I get into a family clan meeting, then I can be able to discuss the frailties of Arsenal Football Club with a fellow Arsenal fan. We know our problems, so I would sit down and talk to them about it. But you're a
Hmm.
Manchester United fan. You happen to be one of my biggest and bitter rivals. That rivalry is still happening down here. So, no pun intended. So I won't discuss a private matter I should be talking to with my fellow Arsenal fans, with you. But this is what I'll give to you, Sofia. Yeah, Arsenal have played 3 games this season. Yeah, we've won 2 games, including one which is against Fulham yesterday. Fulham dumped Tottenham Hotspurs out of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, so
Yep.
what's the yapping all about? Yeah, we also played Crystal Palace. Everyone in this league knows. Just ask Manchester City last season when they went to Crystal Palace how difficult that place is to go and get a point from there. Arsenal went to the
Hmm.
Den, yeah, and it of course it had all the hallmarks of a pure London derby, with Crystal Palace. We won. We went there, we conquered, we won Crystal Palace. In the first game of the season, we played against Nottingham Forest. Well, Sophia, I need not to tell you what Nottingham Forest did to you last weekend in 7 minutes. Just let this marinate, yeah. Maybe in case you didn't
It
check
was
it out last
for
weekend just last weekend, yeah, Nottingham Forest, in 7 minutes, just in 7 minutes, you took 2 goals in. Yeah. Now that's a big one, Sophie. You have the problems, not with me. Probably maybe I conceded in the first 1 minute just last weekend, but it was just one. You considered two in 7 minutes. Now, if I were you, Sophie, I'll be worried. And this is a team that Arsenal actually destroyed for the second half. You can think whatever you want to think about that, but Arsenal right now, we might not be playing in terms of the tweaks we have right now in that team. Of course, we'll go to
hmm.
that later on. But Sophie, it's 7 points. We're third in the league. That's something you should
Yeah.
be afraid about. Mostly when you're coming to London in a place where you've played 10 games. I'm sorry, I'm a stats kind of guy. Yeah. So whenever I'm talking about my stats, I floss around with it. Yeah. Manchester
Hmm.
United, I've been to London. Yeah. It's a place, it's a hunting ground you never want to come to. Yeah. In 10 games, you've just only won one. That includes about 3 draws, 6 losses, yeah, and just one win in 10 games in London. That's an abysmal performance in the capital
Mm.
city of the United Kingdom, yeah. So I'll just allow you, to just chip in one or two things. I'm sorry I'm flossing about this because this is Manchester United, my bitter rivals. I'm happy you're coming to London.
Yeah. Brady told me you're way too confident, lad. Brady, we'll take the confidence a little bit down soon. Don't you worry. You just wait till the end of the show, and his confidence will be a bit shaky, but that's fine. It's okay. Big up though. I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, let's be honest. Obviously, you're not wrong with the performance. I think at the beginning of the Forest game, that was abysmal. I feel like you were maybe being a bit too kind by saying 7 minutes. It was actually 4 minutes
Yeah,
where we conceded those 2 goals, so
yeah,
it's even
definitely.
worse. I was thinking, yo, those 4 minutes for me at least, those were horrible. The worst 4 minutes i- forever, probably, as a Man United supporter. Either way, we are, even though the performances haven't been the best, this time last year, we had only won one game, which was against Liverpool, and we were, completely destroyed by Brentford, the second, the away game, and then at the first game at home against Brighton. So we are a little bit better off if we're going to think about more so in terms of the points. But of course, there are injuries. And not that we are going to be um, using that as an excuse because you guys also have injuries, of course, to key players. But we're still trying to figure it out. I still am not going to be one of those fans that's going to be too reactionary saying that this season is over right now. I did a Here We Go stream where we're talking about Amrabat is the Man United player, or at least hopefully the deal will be done as soon as possible today. But unfortunately, it wouldn't be available for the Sunday game against you guys. But big team though, even though we will be diving into the team news very soon. Højlund will be having a debut, so at least we'll get to have like that number 9 in there and not have Rashford up top. Which,
Oh my God,
but I'm just
Sophia,
saying. Wait,
Sophia,
wait,
Sophia, are you
wait,
serious?
wait. If you, well, no, you know what? Wait, hold up, rewind. Wait a minute. Big up, by the way, to Eddie. Big up. Hope you're doing well.
Big ups, Eddie Football Waffle, great guy on Twitter. I've met
Yeah,
that great guy, Eddie Football Waffle, great human
yes.
being. Big ups to you, my
Big up
brother.
or
Big
some.
ups.
Yeah. 100%. I just wanted to big the people up. But yeah, what I was saying was, wait. First and foremost, why did you react like that? Wait, why did you say, "Are you serious"? What did I say that was wrong?
So, Sophia, you just talked about Hoyland. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, Sophia, you're a seasoned geezer. Yeah, in this field, I don't expect you to actually call that guy's name right here. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, just comes in from Syria A, from Atlanta. Yeah, 32 games last season. Yeah, scored 9 goals in Atalanta. See, see, pipe it down a little bit. Yeah, this league is actually a humbler the last time I checked. And you know what? Hoyland, just pushing Hoyland into the thick of the moment, into this heat, it won't end up quite well. This guy's injured. Allow him to heal before you throw him into a very big competitive matchup like this. And mind you, you're playing in the capital where you've not seen joys. Yeah, in about 10 games, you've only won just one. Yeah, which includes three draws, 6 losses. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and those 2 beatings you got inside that 10, you took about 3 or more goals from Arsenal in those 2 defeats inside that
Mm-hmm.
10. See, you don't
Mm-hmm.
have a good record. It's not a good place to throw in Højlund, who doesn't have per se an experience of the heat he's going to face in a typical Premiership game. I don't expect you to be joyful or to be very happy when calling his name in this matchup, Sophie.
Okay, fair. No, I'm just saying it's just another option. But what I'm focusing on, first and foremost, yes, it's a elephant in the room with the fact that our away record, at least when it comes to not even the top 6, the top 9 teams last season was horrendous. Okay, not good at all. We drew once against Spurs away, but
Hmm.
we were 2 goals up and they came back. It's a madness. But I
Yeah.
think we can, I know that this game on Sunday is going to be tough, 100%. And you guys are, of course, favorites. We'll talk about our prediction at the end. But all I'm saying is I can't just go in and be like, okay, we're just going to throw in the towel. It's done. Just hand them the 3 points right now. No, we can still change. There's a time to change your luck. If you want to fix that away record, now it's time to do it. Make a stand. Make a
Hmm.
point against the
Hmm.
Gooners, against the Gunners this Sunday. You know? I know you
Sophia,
don't believe it, but I'm just saying.
Sophia, I think you've been reading so many fairy tales. Yeah, I've just told you that you don't have any joys in London. Yeah, maybe if I can clearly spell this out to you, you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. You have Luke Shaw, who is out, down, and out. Yeah, Mason Mount, the flop you brought from Chelsea Football Club. See, I don't owe that. See, I'm not going to hold that against Manchester United because it seems like Chelsea have been selling flops, yeah, to different people. I've also been scammed by Chelsea Football Club. Mind you, I put in about £65 million, yeah, to bring in a certain Kai Havertz. I've given that guy 10 games to show up, put up, or shut up in an Arsenal shirt. He has played 3 games, impressed in just only one. The other 2 games hasn't really impressed. He has to impress me in more 7 games. But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could be that dark horse in this game against Manchester United. He might not be starting that matchup, but
Havertz.
just in
Wait, wait,
case you guys might decide to keep a low block, I'm coming. I'm coming. I would
wait,
arrive
wait, wait,
there,
wait, wait.
Sophie. We got all
Havertz.
night.
Havertz.
I'm coming. Did you listen to my train of thought? Did you
I
listen
didn't,
to my
but
train of thought?
I did,
Yeah,
I
then let
did,
me finish my
I
train
did.
of thought. Yeah, I'm not saying he could start up. I'm saying maybe he could possibly come, in the second half of the game. Yeah, and mind you, Gabriel Jesus is also back in the fray right now, and mind you, Zinchenko will also be manning that left back position. What does that mean? We now have a left back who can actually run up at you guys, play invertedly, come into that midfield, shake things up a little bit. If you guys decide to keep a low block, well, that's where we need this guy called Kai Havertz, who knows how to pickpocket spaces. And mind you, yeah, we also have Gabriel Jesus, who would also be doing lots of link up play, bringing all attacking assets together. And of course, Zichenko, who would also be overlapping and, creating spaces with his inverted nature. So that will kind of like open up the game, create that space for Kai Havertz to actually cause damage. We've seen Kai Havertz
Kai,
this season. He's not really that good this season. That's because we don't have link up play guys. That's because Zichenko is not down there to create spaces for this guy. But right now, we do have that right now in the bag. It could come as plan B, coming into this matchup. So plan A, maybe we'll talk about that later on. But Sophie, I'm surprised you have this big confidence coming to London. Luke Shaw out, Varane down and out, Mason Mount down and out, Malasia down and out, Mano down and out, Ahmad down and out. See, I don't need to spell it to you. I don't need to spell it to you, Sophie.
dang.
It's
That
doom and gloom in London.
yeah. But no, not. I'm not saying. I'm not. To be honest, I'm not really coming in with that much confidence. If it seems like that, it's definitely not the case at all. I'm just not going to sit here and already decide that we're going to lose it. No,
Mm.
if you go in with the proper tactics, there are ways to go at you guys. Okay, I'm telling you right now. If you start off with what's this that guy's name again? Oh, Thomas Partey as a right back. You know who gonna be licking his lips? My guy
Mm.
Rashford. He'll be
Yeah,
licking his lip.
yeah.
If
I
your
can see that
guy
as a weakness
Thomas
anyway.
the train is gonna be there, there ain't gonna be no train choo-chooing on Sunday. That's not gonna happen.
Mm.
Letting you
Uh,
know.
no, see, Sophie, that's a valid argument. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree on that one. Yeah, and that's the problem I have with my coach right now going into this matchup. How do we have presumably, yeah, the best CDM in this league, bar Rodri of Manchester City? I'm sorry you guys try to
Wait,
compare Casemiro with this
wait.
guy in this league. Casemiro is a
Are
left.
you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Sophie, you bringing in the tricks Rods used to bring in. But you know what? That one did tell me, yeah? See, we have presumably the best CDM in this league, bar Rodri of Manchester City. Yeah? Playing right back for Arsenal Football Club. Now, that's a big, 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 huge problem. Yeah, in this setup that I really have. And that's the problem going into this matchup. If my coach can be able to revert back to what has been working for us, at least last season when we're mauling teams at the start of the season and beating them hopelessly and helplessly, maybe, just maybe, things could shape up. Because if Thomas
Mm-hmm.
Partey comes back to his central defensive mechanism, and we also have Declan Rice who could also play side by side with him, he could move the ball up
I
forward. He
do
could
like
play
Declan
free
Rice.
kicks.
That is a
Yeah,
good
Declan
signing.
Rice is a beast in the middle of the park, and he's had quite decent displays since he's coming from West Ham. If you want him to be tucked just right deep into that central defensive mechanism, he can do it. If you want him to be a box to box kind of midfielder, he can do it. If you want him to
Yep.
be that guy to drive in, create spaces, go towards the left hand side, make interchangeable passes with Martinelli back and forth, that's the guy to do it for you. He also has
Yeah.
a bad left foot in terms of shooting from long range. That's what he does. He could clearly interchange with Thomas Partey if Mikel Arteta decides to play them side by side with
Yeah.
Odegaard just running around in that midfield diamond at the top of it. Just sprinkling the dust down there. See, Sophie, I don't need to spell this for you. It's doom and gloom in London yet again.
Okay. No. Hey, the thing is though, um, like you did mention, I mean, I feel like last season, you guys obviously we all know you started off incredible last season with a great start. You were playing some very entertaining football, and you were being effective as well. I ain't gonna lie, I felt like Arsenal probably had one of the best, maybe not if the best, like actual like just the football, the way you guys were playing. For me at least, watching
Yeah,
just a love of football, I found that to be entertaining, even though it's an op, but it was just like, oh my god, you can't, I can't sit there and hate on this, you know what I'm saying? That's how I felt last season. This season though, however, it hasn't been that free flowing, playing after and back type of football. I do feel like Arteta has been trying a bit too much. Let me experiment. Of course, like I said, you do have had some injuries with Jurian Timber. Incredible good signing for you guys, by the way. And unfortunate that he did get injured. What was it, in the opening game, if I'm not mistaken? Right? Yeah. And
yeah,
then
yeah, sure.
Shishek, of course, has also been injured. He'll probably be back now, most likely. But do you think that Arteta will divert back to what he knows, or is he going to still be experimenting and doing a little bit of the most to try to facilitate and figure out where to have Havertz in that midfield, and then miss positioning the likes of Thomas Partey
Of
in the
Thomas
right back?
Partey. See, that's a very great question, Sophie. But if there's anything we've known about Mikel Arteta, he's one of the most stubborn and stern managers in this league. Yeah, very ruthless in a way. Personally, I
Mm-hmm.
think he has a personal problem with Gabriel Magalhaes. Yeah, and probably Kai Havertz is just a fall guy. Yeah, for every Arsenal guy, every Arsenal fan right now. But the thing there is that he came out in a press conference today, and he was asked the same question: Are you going to revert back to the back four that gave you so much joys last season? And he just carefully maneuvered that question, yeah, that which shows
Ooh,
this guy is not going to tweak that formation. He's that stubborn, yeah, he's that
it
stubborn.
really is.
But again, there could also be an element of surprise coming into this game. Mind you, in the first game we played this season, it was against Nottingham Forest, not such a big opposition. Fulham, maybe not such a big opposition in our eyes in a home game, but when it comes to Manchester United, also remembering the PTSD that we had in that preseason game, he too would want to step up. He too would want to, you know, shore up, those loopholes that he had in the first match. So he has to tweak something, yeah. Possibly, I think he might keep Kai Havertz in the bench, yeah. But I literally see him bringing Benjamin White back into that back four fray in the as a right back, and bringing in Thomas
Oh,
Partey as a midfielder. Yeah, I think he would revert back. Probably, maybe he just wanted to be an element of surprise, but I think he will come back. Gabriel Magalhaes posted on Instagram and said, "You know what? This is a new beginning for me." So I think maybe they've hashed things out in training, talked about it.
okay.
Maybe he's put his arm around Gabriel Magalhaes and say, you know what? Yeah, let me give you a new chance. He posted it on Instagram about a new chance just yesterday evening. So let's see if you know let's see if that partnership that Soros, gazumped these guys in the league last season will come back. Saliba, of course, Rolls Royce should be down there with that perfect partnership with Gabriel Magalhaes, and of course, if Benjamin White can just stay in that right back position and Zichenko in at left back position, it would just be so sweet. The only problem that you
Mm-hmm.
talked about is this Kai Havertz thing. Mind you, Sophie, just like you were scammed by Chelsea, we too were also scammed by Chelsea. £65 million for this guy. Yeah, that's not small money to throw away. If you add maybe more 20 million, you would have been getting Erling Haaland just 2 seasons ago. If you just add 20 million to that, yeah.
Yeah.
See, uh, he is a big signing for Arsenal Football Club. Mikel Arteta wants to make sure he fits him into this team, and it would
Hmm.
definitely disrupt, what Arsenal have right now. But he has to find a way to put him in it.
Yeah, but do you think that that was a sign that you guys really needed? Or would you prefer to get someone else in to add more in that midfield, or maybe even to just keep Granit Xhaka?
No, no, no,
No.
no. No. Granit Xhaka had to go. He had to go. See, yeah, the thing there is that Granit Xhaka represents one of those old blocks, yeah, that has been in that stadium. Personally, I wanted him to go because sometimes he could be very erratic. Yeah, he brings in that little steel in our midfield. Yeah, I totally get that. But again, the calamity at Anfield, riling up the Anfield fans, that's not that. I've grown past that stage. I'm in a project where I need people who are level headed, who will just play football and go to win. So Granit Xhaka's Uster from Arsenal, for me, it's not a big surprise. And again, I do understand why Kai Havertz is coming to the football club. I clearly do understand. He's that guy
Okay.
that needs people around him to create spaces, open up teams that decide to keep a low block. I clearly understand what Mikel Arteta wanted to do with Kai Havertz, but maybe it's not just working right now. And mind you, it's just 3 games. It could turn it up a notch, right? You remember what happened in the US when you and some other Manchester United fans made fun of him. I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about Manchester United fans. Yeah, making fun of Kai Havertz for just missing out on some kickabout challenge. Yeah. But he came back and replied his enemies by scoring 2 goals in that same preseason and announced himself to the Arsenal faithful. So I'm not saying he's going to be this big time player, but who knows? He might just be listening to the criticism out there and, just survive. I like the perfect underdog story. I really think he might come good later on. Maybe not just now.
Yeah.
Well, I just ease him into that team.
Okay. Yeah, no, I hear you. You never know. I mean, we have kind of like very similar with, like you said, the Chelsea tax, the fact that they scammed both of us basically. If you don't laugh, you're gonna cry, literally. So with Mount, but at least your player is available. Our player isn't available for the game on Sunday, but it
Exactly.
is what it is. We'll see how that works out. But speaking of the transfer window and signings in general, do you think that there will be any more signings that you will make as there is still, I believe, maybe 2.5 hours or something left of the window, maybe a bit more? Because will it be maybe a left back coming in for you since Timber is injured?
Um, see, Sophie, I know we take pride in being Scandinavians in a way. Yeah, both of us. I live in Finland. I'm a Finnish citizen also. Yeah, also British too, but right now I'm Finnish citizen anyway, and also Nigerian. But you know what? Yeah, you too. You're also Scandinavian. You share in that Scandinavian party also. But you know what? Yeah, Arsenal has been linked to a fellow Scandinavian, a Danish guy. Yeah, 25-year-old. Yeah, and
Oh,
his
okay.
name is Alexander Barr. We heard that Edu has been in direct talks with Benfica to talk to this defender. He could play as a central defender. He could also multitask, which falls perfectly into the kind of players that Mikel Arteta usually wants in his team. Of course, if you followed Mikel Arteta's career, he always, as an inexperienced manager anyway, he always
Mm-hmm.
likes or have an affinity towards players that have this versatility within the team. You must come with that, with that duality in you. You could be able to play left back position, could be able to play central, as a center back also. So it depends. This guy has it in his wheelhouse. We're looking at that. I've also heard in some quarters that we're trying to gazump this Barcelona deal for Yao Cancelo. Mind you, yeah, I'm also hearing that in some quarters. So, see, this is the time, yeah, today. It's a time where deals can be ramped up. I know you
Yeah.
guys are saying that you've ramped up that deal for Amrabat. Something might change at the end of
Technically,
today.
yeah, no.
Things could
That
happen.
one is like,
A bigger team could come up and splash the cash. Newcastle
okay,
could do that. Man City could do
okay,
that. Anyway, they brought in
hey,
Nunes, but
hey, I saw what you did there. A
I'm
bigger
not I'm not
team,
gonna break your hearts right now.
a bigger team. No, you're being petty, Tony. Stop that. Tony, stop with the shot. Come on now. We cool over here. Bigger team. Get out of
Yeah.
here, Tony. What? Tony, there's
No,
been
you
so
guys are
many
signing him. Don't
teams.
worry.
There's been so many teams that he's rejected, okay? The only
Mm,
reason why we're actually getting this guy is because he has been very clear about him only wanting to come to Man United.
yes.
If there was any other team that was remotely that he might have been like, okay, let me reassess my options, we wouldn't be getting him.
Mm, mm.
100% we wouldn't be getting him. But hey, it's neither here or there. I'm going to be doing transfer stream on that later, so I'll
Yeah,
talk more
sure.
in
But
depth
again,
about that.
are you excited about him personally? Because see,
Yes.
Sophia, yeah, this league is a humbler. That's one thing I want people to understand. It's not a league where you just say, "Hey, I'm Rabat," and just hocus pocus. He comes here and being a big midfield destroyer. It's not just possible. You have to stop with this. Not you per se, but I've seen lots of Manchester United fans just put serious pressure on the guy who hasn't even come. He hasn't come here,
Mhm.
and the pressure is already on him. Lower your expectations. Allow this guy to ease himself into that team, and just allow him know the players is playing around, and don't put that much pressure on him. Right now, there's a big pressure on him to actually come into that Manchester United midfield and make it tick. Yeah, that's the same kind of
Mhm.
pressure that Mount has been put under, and he's bowed under that pressure. He can't perform at that optimal level. Just take it easy on Amrabat. Just take it easy.
That's fair. No, for sure. I think a lot of people. The thing is, though, you have to like have seen several games of him to know properly what he will bring. But it's not just about him being like a destroyer and whatnot. Like he's actually very good on the ball
Yeah.
retention abilities are also very good, technically sound. So I just feel like he will add much more of a balance in that midfield for sure, and even more depth. So I'm definitely very excited from what I've seen, and also he's worked with Ten Hag before back in Utrecht years ago when he actually had hair.
Yeah.
Okay, so
when he
that's
when
just.
he actually had hair, yeah. Yeah, but again, Sophie, yeah, there's this thing about Serie A players that you just need to be careful about. Look at
That is
a
fair.
legend. Look at a legend with stripes to back that up, like a general in whatever he does. I'm talking of Koulibaly from Napoli, a general
Yep.
in Serie A, a general in Napoli comes down to the Premier League, get its cat
Mm-hmm.
spilled, gets turned over by different players, yeah, turns into a mirage of what he used to be in Serie A. Not only him, just forget about him. Talk about Skamaka. How about Skamaka? Scoring goals here and there in the Serie A, coming down here and seeing that the Premiership is a humbler. He's now out on loan from West Ham. So this is what I'm talking about. Bringing players from Serie A doesn't necessarily mean that they can cut it down here. Of course, we
Mm-hmm.
have Lukaku, who was tearing it down in the Italian Serie A. Yeah, whenever he makes that return back to England, it's always a problem. Yeah, that should tell you
That's
something.
more
The
because
Premiership
he
is a
just
humbler.
can't play with the bigger teams. He worked well for like West Bromwich and Everton, but when he was at Chelsea both of the times and at Man United, didn't work out because it's
Mm,
just the level may be too big. But I think that's a fair point that you made. That of course the league in terms of Serie A and the Premier League, it's quite different. One hundred
yeah,
percent league, way more fast paced, also very physical as well. I do, and I'm also optimistic that he will show up, but of course, we can't sit there and put that pressure of he instantly have to work right now, here and there. So that's a
the,
fair point that you made, 100%. Before
mm,
we move a little bit on, let me read some more of the comments. Big up to Twalumba, hope you're doing well. Big up to the Wild Dead Wolf. The said I wanted Grandberg said place.
big ups, Wilded Wolf, great guy.
Um,
I've seen him in a couple
yep.
of chats. Big ups to you,
Yep, yep.
the Wolves.
Big up. Big up to Niall to do a deadline stream. I will. I've already set that up. You will be redirected to that stream once this one is done. So no worries about that. We do have some other questions, but I do want to respond to that a little bit later. But yeah, when it comes to like team news, we already went a little bit onto that. But for your team, Arsenal, is there any big news in regarding to the squad? Anybody that will be available or not available still? Give me the tea, spill the tea for the people in the
Hmm.
chat.
Yeah. Sophie, see, apart from Julian Timber, who injured his knee and ACL, yeah, pff, there's no significant person who is injured in that team, yeah. We also had a bid from Crystal Palace today. Of course, it's transfer deadline day for one of our deadwood called Rob Holden. I've wanted that guy far away from our football club, yeah, and
Yeah.
today Crystal Palace did us justice and had mercy on us and is going to be leaving for Crystal Palace. But my team is practically we have everyone on board. Trossard will be available to be picked in that matchup against Manchester United. Martinelli is fully okay. Bukayo Saka is fully okay. Thomas Partey okay. Gabriel Magalhaes totally okay. He just only had probably maybe an administrative problem with our coach, which might just be for footballing reasons. But apart from that, every other player in the team, is okay.
Mhm.
Apart from the loss of Jiri and Timber, every other person is okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Whoa.
and
Okay.
Eddie Nketiah,
Wow.
but again, Eddie Nketiah back to the fray. See, Sophie, you should be afraid. Yeah, Eddie Nketiah scored 2 goals. Yeah, in fact, most of our goals this season has been scored by Eddie Nketiah. Actually, Eddie Nketiah is in the room. Yeah, you should be scared. And right now, this is why you should be scared about Eddie Nketiah coming up when
Mm-hmm.
in London. Yeah, he just scored 2 back-to-back goals, created 1 assist in terms of that penalty we got against Crystal Palace. See, he was just brought into the senior folk, of course, in that senior English team. Yeah, and
Yeah, I heard that.
he now has something to really prove this Sunday. He's always had lots of joys against Manchester United. Yeah, that's
Okay.
I know you remember what he did to you last season. Yeah, see,
Okay.
he could just make that comeback again and just say, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
Manchester United, it's time to feast. I've just been called up to the England national team. What a way! What an opportunity to just announce himself, to the Arsenal faithful and get that goal again against Manchester United. Sophie, have you thought of the odds come Sunday?
No,
Have you thought of the odds?
not really.
Hmm.
I haven't. But
Okay.
I mean, the fact that you're of course, like you said, you mentioned okay, the big one being out will be Julian Timber. So Tishenko
During
would
Timber,
be
yeah.
available.
Yeah, he's available. He played in the last matchup, so he's available. And of
Okay.
course, he just ran up for like I think maybe 20 minutes in our last game against Fulham. He's fully fit. He's been training with the team. He's okay. He's not talking politics for the past 1 week. So he won't be much of a crybaby in the matchup against Manchester United. Fully focused, renewed energy, ready to defend right now, while he's also, going through his inverted nature also. So, it looks good right now. It depends on the
Okay.
manager if he decides to over tweak the team.
More as the at the time podcast says. More importantly, Kai is available. Uh-huh.
The other time pocket legend. That's my brother there. The other time podcast.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Do subscribe to his channel, people. All right. But yeah, so okay. I mean, we already talked a little bit about Man United's team as well in terms of who's compared to you guys. We definitely have people missing out. Luke Shaw being out for several weeks. So obviously, we had to bring in a temporary replacement. It probably should have been Marco Correa, but no, it's Sergio Reguilon from Tottenham. I'm obviously being very sarcastic. I did not want the guy, but hey, he's here. What are we gonna do? It's temporary. It's a loan. To those of you who wants to make fun and whatnot, it's not a permanent signing. It's a loan. But he has trained with the squad. He probably would be available actually for the. Oh yeah, he will be for the game on Sunday. So I don't know if he will be starting. It could be Dallo. So we'll talk about the prediction very soon. But Mount is also not available.
Don't you
Malacia
think
is
it's a
still
panic
out.
buy? Don't you think it's a
What?
panic buy? Don't you think that's a panic buy? It's a panic loan. A club like Manchester United had the whole chance to do business this summer, and right now you're now trying to
But we
get
were
paper crack
no,
players
no.
to come
The
and just
thing though,
cement
Tony.
into that team.
Okay,
That's not what
Tony.
big clubs
Here's the
do
thing
right
though.
now.
I get that you're saying that's panic buy. Technically, we weren't going to go in for a left back. The only reason we're going in for a left back is because the two that we really do have are injured. And Luke Shaw, if this was just maybe a few weeks, okay, maybe let's say 3-4 weeks, you can deal with having a Dallo playing there every now and then, right? That's okay. But it will be several weeks. Okay, it's a muscular injury. He'll be out for a while. And Malacia, we have no idea what's happening with him, but he'll be also out for a while. We do have, another that's played. That's basically from the academy that was on loan for Preston. He did very well. It's his name is Alvaro Fernandez. I did see him in the preseason tour this the past summer, and he did very well. But
Yeah,
obviously, it's very clear Eric Ten Hag does not think that he's ready. So what are we going to do? Are we just going to throw him
yeah,
in and have him be there as a starting left back? No, you have somebody that comes in, and with Reguilon, there's something in the clause that says that we are able to terminate that once we get into January. So we can actually say thank you for your service, but bye bye once Luke
yeah.
Shaw comes back in Malacia. So for me, I can't sit here and necessarily. I mean, I'm more upset that didn't we fully go in for Cucurella, because I actually rated Cucurella, even though
Oh
he
my
had a
God, you
very bad
haven't
time
learned.
at.
You haven't learned from this Chelsea stuff, yeah?
No, he's no, 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 no,
Every
no, no.
other
There's
person have
bare
learned.
players. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. We can say the same thing with Kai Havertz then.
That's what I'm saying. We've all been scammed. You've still not learned that Chelsea are throwing their deadwoods around, selling all the deadwoods, and getting killers and assassins into the team. They just brought Lavia, they just brought Caicedo, and dumped Kai Havertz to Arsenal Football Club, dumped Mason Mount to you. And you know what, Mason Mount's injury prone. He can't take the pressure no more. He's won the Champions League. He's okay. He doesn't have to prove himself in a Manchester United shirt. He's a legend already. So, you know, you should be learning your lesson from Chelsea Football Club. Go and get bigger players from outside. Do lots of scouting. Get
I
your
would have
players there.
loved that as well. But
Yeah.
then again, ain't nobody, once again, that was not a priority. This became a priority
Yeah, I
because
get that.
Luke Shaw got injured a
Yeah,
week before the window closes. What are we going to do? At the
yeah,
end of the
yeah,
day,
sure.
like I said, it's a loan. It's not a permanent
Yeah.
signing. It's a loan, but it is what it is. So when it comes to that, of course, that's a part of the team news. He'll be available. Varane is also out for a few weeks. I would have loved for us to
Ahmad is
got another
out.
center back in.
Ahmad
Yeah,
is out. Maino is out. Oh my God, it's a goddamn infirmary. What is going on? What? It's an infirmary. Jesus Christ. What is going on at Manchester United?
brother, I
What
don't
in
know.
God's
I
name?
don't
It's
know.
an infirmary. I'm serious.
I-
It's a treatment hall. It's a treatment. It's an. It's an infirmary. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You,
you know.
you have up to
I
at
mean,
least
and then
7 players
today,
down.
yeah, I know. And today we signed. Oh God, this is what Johnny Evans on a 1-year contract.
Oh my
Welcome
God.
back, Johnny
Oh,
Evans.
oh,
Should we
oh
bring
no.
back Rio? Daley Blinn? Should we bring? You know what? I wouldn't even mind Daley Blinn. I
Oh
promise you,
no.
he would have done something.
Roy
Should we
at
bring
in
in
the chat
Ashley
is
Young as
saying
well?
what?
What? Huh?
Right, right, Riot in the chat. He said what?
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
Riot,
yeah,
you
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
were
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Roger?
you were having a few days with your confidence up, and right now you're saying what? Just because Sophie told you that you're bringing in Evans back.
Rajat,
Oh my
I'm
God.
just don't shoot the messenger. I'm just bringing the news. I'm just bringing the news, but
You bust his
yeah,
confidence
it's
down there, yeah? This is
our
it.
board is a joke. All of them, John Murto, Richard Arnold, Fletcher. I mean, I love you as a player, but as a part of the board, whatever you do, brother, everybody gotta go. Cut them out. Get the competency out. Once we get new owners in, knock on wood, hopefully that happens sometime this year. I don't know when, but once it happens, all of them gotta go. I need new people on the board because the way we are running this club is shambles. Okay, roof is
Oh,
leaking. People, there's
oh
piss on
my
the
God.
floor at Old
Johnny
Trafford.
Evans.
Fix that
I
shit.
can't I can't believe this. Are you serious? I thought
I'm
that guy's
actually.
career ended with West Brom. Jesus Christ.
He actually played for
This can't
Leicester
be
like a
happening.
year ago.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow.
He's
You
35.
know what they used to call Arsenal the banter club. Oh my God. Well, we all know where the old banter is going right now, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just yeah, it's a madness. Either way, that's kind of the team news. And like I said, Højlund will be available. I don't know if he'll like basically start, but at least he'll be available. That's all I'm saying. Just having him there, but I'm not going to expect him. I would love for him to slap you guys up and score a screamer on his debut, just like Anthony did last season. But we'll see. Or like when Rashford did that years ago, right? Either
Mm,
way, we'll have to
mm.
wait and see, of course. Tony,
Well,
come
these
on, son.
players came to London. In the last match in London, you know what happened? My noisy neighbors
What?
did something to you. 2-0. Come on. You're playing Arsenal. You
Okay,
play Tottenham
okay,
Hotspurs, my
calma,
noisy
calma,
neighbors. So
calma.
what happened?
We play Arsenal.
Calm it,
Woo,
calm it down,
Arsenal.
Sophie.
Oh,
Calm it down, Sophie.
get out of here. I'm scared of y'all.
Calm it down, Sophie. But Sophie,
You
there's
play
a shining
Havertz
light at the end of the
in that
tunnel.
midfield. Mm-mm.
There's a shining light with Rashford. Rashford had always scored at least in three consecutive matches against Arsenal. You know, he's found the net. That's a genuine threat. Arsenal should actually take care of, even in matches that we've beaten Manchester United in the last five games. Uh, he represent that big threat. You know, that tall, big striker and the fox in the box. You know, he's that kind of guy that could get you goals. You know, he doesn't really care whether he's away or at home. He could literally give you that chance out there to get something. So, you know, you do have a threat in Rashford. And again, he finds joy in scoring against Arsenal. So I think that's a shining light at the end of the tunnel. You also have Fernandez. He might be emotionally, here and there, but, he still represents a very, very big threat, no matter wherever he goes to. So, this is a big threat that Manchester United come up with anyway.
No, yeah, that is a good
Yeah, and
point
there's also
for
the
sure.
Onana factor. There's also the Onana factor. I do
Yeah.
respect Onana anyway, but again, he has one or two gaffes in him. But again, he's that kind of guy that is a good distributor of the football. Is a good
Mm-hmm.
his crossovers. Oh my God, he could literally, capture an attack just from his goalkeeping position. He's just that
Yeah.
guy. He's really that
No,
good.
I agree.
So, but
I
let's see
agree.
what happens anyway.
Exactly. So we have about like 10 minutes before we have to start, finish the show, but I do want to hear what would be like your predicted lineup for Arsenal? Like maybe we could start off with saying, what would you like to see Arteta do as how we should set up the team for the
Yeah.
game?
Yeah, yeah, Sophie, thanks for that question. It's just very simple. Personally, I know that there's a lot going on behind the scenes in my football club, but again, I just want Mikel Arteta to keep it simple. Revert back to what helped us last season. It's simple. It doesn't need to be hard. Get in my two centre back pairing that did damage last season. I'm talking of Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. Rolls Royce, you know him. Presumably the best centre back in the league. I don't care what anyone says to me. Yeah, you can argue that, at your own peril. But he's the best centre back in this league, personally for me. We can also bring in Benjamin White to that right back position. Benjamin White is not a centre back. Yeah, of
Okay.
course, it did play as a centre back in the first season, but we all know how that ended. So he can literally play in the right back position that he has already literally made his own since 2 seasons now. So just allow him play in that position. I want to see Zinchenko come back into the fray because I think he's been having uh, uh, personal sessions in order to improve his defending because he came
Okay.
out with your legend on a talk show with your legend, Rio Ferdinand, and
Yep.
he clearly admitted that he has a lot of work to do defending.
He did.
So yeah, he did say that openly to your legend. So I really hope that he's been working on that. So if he comes in, because I really miss his inverted nature, it's just if he can, get back to help the defense. That's just the only problem because when he goes on that inferno invertedly, sometimes he leaves something to be desired at the back, which is what Julian Timber should have covered. Normally, but now we have Zinchenko, so I want to see Zinchenko make that left back position his own, coming back into the team. My midfield, see, I just want it to be pure and simple. Thomas Partey, come play the CDM role. Rice could play as a box to box kind of midfielder. And again, Martin Odegaard at the top of that midfield diamond to just, spray the passes here and there. Gabriel Jesus. I'll, I'll put Gabriel Jesus on the bench. Yeah,
Okay.
personally. Yeah, I'll put him on the bench because he's just coming back from injury. And I don't want to risk him in a competitive match like this. And mind you, I have red hot Eddie Nketiah, who's scoring goals for fun right now, presumably my best striker right now. And again, he
Oh
has a
wow.
point to prove. He's just been caught up into that England setup. He has a lot to prove, and he's found joys scoring against Manchester United. I want him in there, starting as my main striker. And of course, Martinelli on that left wing side, and of course Bukayo Saka. Just kicking it up in that right side. Sophia, have you thought of what will happen when you have two pacey wingers running at your defenders, at your depleted defense in a way, yeah, running at them, yeah, and just imagine the chances, eh? Those little pocket spaces that someone like Declan Rice will be able to exploit and Martin
Mm-hmm.
Odegaard could be able to exploit. It's going to be a big show, yeah. And just imagine Kai Havertz coming up from the bench, yeah, haven't opened up your defense. It's going to be a joy to see.
Ooh, Kai
It's going to be a joy.
Havertz. Ooh.
I'm telling you, see, he might prove guys wrong, and on a big stage like that Manchester United game,
You don't
we
know where
also
I'm from, dog.
uh-huh. We also have Fabio Vieira, who has also been having good displays in the team this season. So that could also be a good one to bring from the bench. Also, don't forget Emil Smith Rowe. He has a point to prove.
Yeah, what's happening with Emil Smith Rowe?
Smith Rowe was linked to a Chelsea move.
Yeah.
Chelsea wanted to ship in one of their deadwood to us, Modric, but Arsenal said no, we don't want a swap deal that includes Modric. We don't even entertain, financial benefits for MS Smith Rowe. So, in other words, he's going to be on the bench and ready to play, and that's what you want. You need this kind of problems down there, yeah, where you need a wealth of players who have trickery in their legs to come in. So definitely, he should be coming in the second half of that game. Mind you, we still have Trossard who's ready to come out and show up himself.
I ain't
We
gonna
also
lie.
have Jorginho down there too. That lady,
That's true.
there's
I
an
like
army waiting.
Trossard.
There's an army waiting.
I really like Leandro Trossard. I
Mm,
rate him.
yeah,
I
I like
find it
him
a bit
too.
weird that we don't see more of him.
Mm,
Playing more, starting more. But maybe I don't know. Like you said, Arteta is quite stubborn, but we'll
it's
see maybe
quite
more of him.
stubborn,
But
yeah.
but I really rate him. I really like him. I was like when you
How
got him
about your
from Brighton, I
starting
was thinking
11?
that.
How about your starting 11? I want to see your threats.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So for me, I mean, obviously, some of the picks that it'll be quite different due to injuries. But
Yeah.
I mean, we have Onana. I didn't say this earlier, but we did get a second goalkeeper, a very first ever Turkish player for Man United,
Yeah.
Altay Bayındır. So as Dean
Alta
Henderson has
Bindi.
left. Yeah,
Yeah.
Altay Bayındır. So he'll be on the bench, but of course we'll have Onana start as the goalkeeper. On the left, I'm thinking even though Regano will be available, I think he may. No, you know what? Oh, I don't know with Dallo against Saka.
Oh my
Dang.
God.
Because the thing
Oh,
is, though, it would have been
Jesus.
Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw is actually a good left back. The thing is, though,
Yes, 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 yes.
Bukayo Saka is Luke Shaw's kryptonite. For whatever reason,
I
Luke
agree.
Shaw just seemed to just be off it whenever he plays against Bukayo Saka. He just looks a bit. No, I wouldn't necessarily scared, but he just I don't know. Something ain't really. He's not really up for it. So I don't know. But let's just say Dallo. But I'm not confident with that. We'll say Dallo after left back. Centre
Yeah.
back partnership. It'll be Lisandro Martinez after that left centre back, and then we have Victor Lindelöf as Varane is injured. On the right back, we'll have Bukayo Saka. I am way more confident with Bukayo Saka's, especially defending, because when it comes to one-on-one, there's not that many people that are actually better than him when it comes to one-on-one defending, if we're going to keep
Yeah,
it
yeah,
100.
sure.
So I think him
He's
up
a genuine threat.
against Martinelli, I think he'll have that under wraps, if I'm going to
Yeah.
be honest. But Martinelli will still be on it, but I think that Wan-Bissaka will probably be he'll deal with it. Midfield, Mount obviously we know is not available, but it'll probably be Casemiro and Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen, he hasn't really been the same since the injury earlier this year, so big up to him. But at least with keeping the ball, whenever we do have the ball, he'll be good at
Yeah.
doing that. We're not going to
Mhm.
have that ball too much, but we definitely have to go at you guys in the counter. But we'll have Bruno as well in that midfield. And on the left, I need to have Rashford. On the right, I would have preferred to see Pelestri come in, but we're probably going to have Anthony, who did he did look like one of the better players against Nottingham Forest this past game. So I'm not going to slate him for that. And then up top, I'm wondering if we're going to start with Martial again, but he was very, very underwhelming. But then I wouldn't be shocked if Uncle Eric does a madness and be like, you know what? Why not put in the Danish, force up front? Why not? Why
Oh
not?
God, thank
But
you.
I'm gonna say
I really
Martial.
want that to happen. I really want it to be a baptism of fire. I really, you know what? Yeah, uh, the way fans hype up these players. Yeah, you have to come to this league and prove yourself. Yeah,
I
and
don't really think
this
there's
guy,
been many
I'm
people
sorry,
hyping him up. There's
he
been
just
too
came
many
from Atalanta.
fans comparing
He needs
him to
time.
Hojlund.
This guy needs 2 seasons. He needs 2 seasons to solidly, edge himself into that Manchester United team. I don't just really see him as that guy that will come here and bang lots of goals. He's not just that guy. It's not. He's not. It's not Erling Haaland anyway. You know that, yeah.
I
Even
mean,
in Serie A,
obviously,
he played
come on.
32
We
games,
can't.
scored
The
9 goals.
only thing they are that is similar with them is the fact that both of them are blonde and they're Scandinavian. That's it. If
Okay.
we're gonna go and be like a bit ignorant, that's the only thing that's similar and nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
To
And
be
again,
honest.
it's coming for a big price, £70 million. That's a big, big, big amount to be spending on a player of that age, on a player of his caliber who's only big experience was strong grass and Atalanta. Come on, Sophie. The pressure will be on him if he comes up on that pitch to deliver, and that'll be a big problem because he needs time, and he's just only coming back from an injury also. So
Yeah, for
these
sure.
things affect a player's mentality. So it to be a joyous one to see him play, so that I could just get to know more about this player. But again, in a crunch match against Arsenal in a place where you guys haven't found joys in about 10 games, just one win.
We'll have to wait and
Hallelujah.
see. I just want to shout out for a second Minute Football, my fellow Somali sister, does very
Big
well when it
up,
comes to.
Spinner Football.
Yes, do make sure you guys subscribe to her channel. She does wonderful content and, fellow United supporter. And I just, I get so proud when I see more women in this space,
Yeah,
especially women of color. And also, come on now,
yeah,
Muslim as
sure.
well. Come, big up to Minna. Big up.
Big up,
Big up
Spinner.
to Jay Kismet
Big
as
up,
well.
Spinner. Nice to see you here.
Yes, 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 yes. So before we wrap up, I do want to hear, what do you predict this game will end score-wise? Who's gonna win? Will it be your team?
See, Sophia, you're playing in London. I still believe that London is it's a horrible place for you to come to right now. Now, just take a look at what happened to you against Tottenham Hotspurs. Look at what Nottingham Forest did to you. Yeah, uh, probably a relegation bound team in space of 4 minutes, scoring 2 goals. Yeah, see, it's going to be doom and gloom. I see that match ending 4-1. Yeah, I think Arsenal is going to outmuscle your players. Footofera's fans down there, I struggle to see Dalot coping with those encroaching incursions from Bukayo Saka. Briming from that young player award just won. Yeah, uh, I feel a tough day, on the job for this Manchester United players. Your midfield might be overrun. Fernandez, yeah, good guy, but again, is it just only him that's going to keep shouldering, everything Manchester United have to monster from the midfield? You have a couple of injuries. Shaw is out. Varane is out. That's a midfield marshal. You have there. He scored a couple of goals too this season too. At least one goal this season. Mason Mount, a midfield player who spent lots of money from Chelsea Football Club to help out Fernandez. Down and out.
Mm-hmm.
Malasia, down and out. Maino, down and out. Ahmad, down and out. All these things has a way of affecting your players. And again, in London, of all places, that game will end 4-1. Sophie, it's going to be a big lesson learned, on the day. I'm sorry. You have too many injuries. The odds are against you guys. You have so many injuries down there. I don't think you can cope defensively with everything going on down here. Arsenal have to respond because of that. Because of the points we dropped against Fulham. It has to be a big response. Mikel Arteta have already told the team today in his press conference. He said he wants to see Arsenal desire. He wants to see it. If the boss is demanding it in this game, I'm sorry, Sophie, it's going to be a thriller in Manila. I'm sorry.
So you said 4-1.
4-1. I'm sorry. I can't see it in any other way. It's gonna be 4-1.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Tolo says no,
Sophie's disappointed in that. But I'm sorry.
no,
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
I,
I'm
I don't
not.
see it ending.
It's
I
your
don't see it ending.
opinion.
It's my opinion.
It's your opinion. What Tolo says here is confidence is good, but this is too much. This is football. You can be 10 men at home. Let's relax. Tell Tolo what? I'm joking. Or actually, I'm not joking, but it is what it is.
But Sophie,
Okay,
You have
so
Anthony Taylor. You have Anthony Taylor who's coming down. He's a referee. And Manchester United love that guy. Yeah. So
no, we don't. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You love him. I don't love him. I don't like him. Philip
mm.
says, "Oh my God, does nobody believe in us?" Philip says 2-0 Arsenal. Okay, what else are people saying? 3-all draw.
Wilded Wolf. I'm not speaking out of my mouth just for nothing. Manchester United considered 2 goals in 4 minutes. Are you serious? Why is this out of space to understand? And mostly coming to the Emirates, where you haven't even won in a long time. In 10 games, you've only won one game in London, and that includes Arsenal. So it's not far from reality when I say we can beat you guys 4-1. And mind you, you've come to Arsenal in the last 2 games that Arsenal have won at the Emirates. You've taken 3 goals even before the second half. That's how bad it is. Yeah, in 2 of those games we've
Mm-hmm.
won at Arsenal. So it's not far from reality. Wilded Wolf, you've conceded more than 3 goals, at least 3 goals
I
against Arsenal at the Emirates in the space of 5 games. So it's not far from reality when I say you could take 4-1, Sophie.
And once again, you're not alone. There's a lot of Gooners that feel the same way. I mean, my dad's a Gooner. We haven't really talked about the result. I mean, the what he predicts, but he probably predicts maybe the same thing. He's like, yeah, y'all ain't gonna do anything. And I'm like, I'm going back my team. I'm gonna say 3-2 Man United. That's what I'm gonna
Great,
say.
great, great, great. And of
That's
course,
my prediction.
that's a fair one. It's a fair one. But because of the frailties I see in this game, yeah, I'm not just talking for talking's sake. I really do see you guys have lots of injuries. Yeah, Sophie, you have to put that into consideration also. You have lots of injuries in this team, and
Mm-hmm.
and again, I just don't really see you guys having that attacking threat at the Emirates. Maybe apart from Rashford, yeah. The worst I can see is a 4-1-4-2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There was 2 questions here. Ravi, I did see a lovely question. I'm just picking some because we're a little bit
Yeah.
out of time now.
Yeah,
But
sure.
but some good questions though. Ravi says, question for both: who for each other's team? Who do you rate and think will be dangerous in the game? I mean, you've already mentioned Rashford when it
Oh,
comes to
Rashford,
us.
definitely.
Who you think like who's going to be
Rashford,
like
Rashford,
maybe
Rashford
yeah.
Fernandez. Rashford could
Okay.
score 2 goals at the end of the day. He's just
Yeah.
that good.
Yeah.
I respect him.
Mm-hmm. For me, I'm gonna say when it comes to your team, like who's gonna cause, an upset or at least, or maybe who I rate that. I mean, I really rate Bukayo Saka. I think he's incredible. I really like him, and I
Yeah.
also would say like I did say Declan Rice is a very good signing for you guys. So I would say I definitely rate him, and he'll probably be. He can also be a dangerous player, but Bukayo Saka is definitely the one that I'm definitely looking at for sure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. And then here, okay, who scores first goal? So I mean, you said 4-1, but who's going to score first? Is Man United going to score first with that only goal that you predict, or will it be one of your 4 goals that will be scored first in the game?
See, in most of the games we've played recently, yeah, at least Man United have taken up to 3 goals at the Emirates. Yeah, I really do see Arsenal scoring first. I'm sorry, because I don't think your defense can cope with that pressure that will come in.
Okay.
Sofia, with Bukayo running in from the right, uh, Martinelli from the left, with this renewed desire that they will be bringing into that matchup, Sophie, it might be a very difficult one for you guys. I think Arsenal will score first.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
Any particular player you think is going to score first?
Hmm. I'm thinking. I'm thinking Dalot will have a very hard time. Yeah, with Bukayo Saka. I think Bukayo Saka might open the scoring.
I wouldn't be shocked by that. I'm saying, yeah, that
He
could
might have a
happen.
very difficult time. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, it's
That could be
possible.
possible.
Yeah.
Um,
But
who
again, if my
else?
manager overtweaks the whole thing, Sophia, it could just come back to bite me. That's the thing.
Yeah,
So it can work in
yeah,
both ways. If my
yeah,
manager overtweaks things, and Arsenal might just pay for it at the end of the day.
yeah, exactly. Like it really depends, like you said. If he ends up doing way too much tweaking, then I almost can fancy us maybe starting off first and scoring. I'm gonna say, yeah, I feel like you'll score first and we'll maybe come back. But then again, we could actually also do it. No. I'm gonna say Rashford scores first. I feel like we might be like, you know what, F it, just go all guns blazing. We might do that. I don't know. which wouldn't be smart. But I'm just saying, like, we might be, it could be more so. Obviously, you guys would be dominating, you guys would be having the ball way more. So we'll just
Yeah,
have to go at you in the counter. Maybe that's what happens that we
yeah,
do
definitely,
just that, you know?
definitely. Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
and Manchester
yeah,
United can thrive in such a system. Also, you guys have fast breaks. Also, and definitely Rashford is that number one threat who thrives in fast breaks like that. That's one of the areas Arsenal have to be very very careful. Mostly with Rashford, those fast breaks. He's done it at the Emirates. He can do it again. I really see him scoring a goal or two at the Emirates. But I think
yeah,
Arsenal will win in total. But Rashford is that main threat. I'm really
yeah.
scared of what he brings to the table.
Okay, and that's fair, 100%. But Tony, this has been great. I've loved having you on for sure. Thank you so much for taking the time of your day to join me for this match preview. Of course,
Yeah,
Arsenal
thanks.
versus Man United, the Ops versus the Ops, and all of that jazz. But I do want to, tell the people where they can find you, Tony.
Yeah, yeah. See, guys like Riot has been just because I said Arsenal was gonna win. Riot has been so hard on me. Riot, please don't be hard on me.
Raja,
I'm a good guy.
calma,
I'm a
calma.
good
We're
guy.
we're all
Come on,
friends
man.
here.
I'm a good guy, yeah. See,
Yeah.
guys, yeah. Respect to all of you who came to support Sophia. Sophia is a very lovely human being. I've seen, Thank you for giving me a chance to come to your.
Problem. Are you there, Tony?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here.
You
Can,
broke up a little bit.
oh, I broke up. Okay, can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you. Lagging a little bit, but I think we can manage. You keep going.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, guys, yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan, yeah, and of course, I talk about football in general also. So, I have a channel called Tony Cloud Gunner TV. I should really be inviting Sophie to come do some shows with me quite soon. So, hopefully, she'll be coming around to come, talk to us on my channel, and hopefully, I would like to be a regular on our own channel too. We could just sit down and talk football unbiased. Also, I'm also a sports provocateur, so I could also get people angry also at the same time too. It's just part of me. Like Riot got angry at me. I'm sorry, sometimes it's just laugh and banter and provocateur, with
Now he
me.
gets
So
it. We all get that it's banter, and the banter's
yeah,
always
exactly.
welcome here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but of course, I just love football. So come join me on my channel, and just come show us some love. Subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, Sophie will be coming around my channel and doing lots of stuff with me. I would also come down here and create that much needed banter because Sophie is always serious. Although sometimes she's a playful person, but sometimes she's too serious. Let's tweak it up a little bit, Sophie. Let's do it. Let's tweak it up a little bit. Let's bring banter to the station. Come on.
Hey, yeah, that's, I mean, I like to call this place Vibes and Banter FC, but hey, we
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. Big up to everyone. Sophie, thank you so much. I'm really grateful
You're
for this
welcome.
opening. And everyone in the chat that joined us today, Wilder Wolf, Riot, Vlad, Mina, all you guys are legends. Ravi, Bakari, lovely guy. I've known that guy. He comes to support me on my channel too. Big ups to you. All you guys, please keep supporting Sophia. Very important. You guys that came today, very important. You should keep supporting this lady, please. She's a lady in this industry. It's not easy. It's a very hard task, and you can see what she has been doing for you guys. Content upon content upon content. Please support this lady. It's only just you do this for her. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much.
100%. Yes, yes, yes. Once again, people, you can find Tony's channel in the title of this video and also description box. So make sure you do subscribe, show him some love. We'll definitely have him back on this channel for sure because it's been a blast. And it's vibes.
Piri, I would
Yeah,
come back. Twalumba, I would
yeah,
come back definitely. Sophie is my
yeah, yeah,
she's
yeah,
my
yeah,
home
yeah.
girl, so no problem. I'm gonna come back definitely.
100%. We'll make that happen. But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, I will be back in about less than 2 hours to do, basically react to the remaining of the transfer window. So we'll talk about that and see if there's any shocking stuff happening. There's always been some stuff right now. We'll talk about that in that show. So have a great time. See you very soon. It'll be redirected. But yeah, bye-bye, people. See
Big
you
ups,
soon.
everyone. Stay
Are you
blessed.
all right? Yes. No, you are all left.